Hey guys, and welcome to my new ListView tutorial. So I've decided to reboot this series because my previous tutorials are getting quite old and a lot of my channel has changed since then, plus I have a bunch of cool new stuff that I've learned about the ListView to show you. So I'm going to be putting out new parts of this series almost daily, so stay subscribed to learn everything you need to know about using the ListView. Anyways, back to the video. So in this part, I'm going to be showing you the most common use for the ListView, which is displaying a list of items sorted under columns, also known as the details view. I'm going to outline how to set up the list view and how to add items to it, and over the next few days I'll also show you how to identify the selected item, remove items, and edit items. Then we'll get into some of the more advanced stuff. So as you can see here, I have this form that I've created, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a list view, of course, because that's what this tutorial series is all about. So I'll just make this a little larger, and we'll probably have 4 columns. So I'll create 4 text boxes, which will be respective of each of these columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just stick these here. And we'll make a add button. Oops. So now I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the list view box here. So what we're going to do is you just want to click this little arrow up here, and for view you want to choose details, and then you want to click this edit columns button, and then I'm going to add 4 columns. Call these column 1, column 2, column 3, and column 4, and we'll change the widths as well, so we'll make each of them 250. And I'm going to have to make this a little bit longer so we can fit all that in there. That's a bit too long, but who cares. Alright, so there we go, that's all set up. We've got our columns, we've got our text boxes, and we have our button. So now we need to do the coding so that we can have the contents of these text boxes added to each of their respective columns. So I'm going to press add, or double click on the add button so we can start coding for it. And then what you want to do is you want to type this. You want to type dim I as list view item, and then you want to do I equals list view 1 items.add, and then text box 1 text. And you don't have to use a text box. You can use any string or any source of a string as the text that you're going to add to the list view. You just have to put that into these brackets here. And now the reason I did I equals and then that code is because we need a way to get back to to refer back to this this item that we're adding, so that we can add the sub items or the next columns, and we use I to do that. So now I stored in I is this item that we just created, so that's stored in I. So what we're going to do is we're going to do I.sub items.add, and then we're going to do text box 2.text. And so basically the way that this is structured here is column 1, so whatever the first column is will just be added to. So you can see here, you can see your different columns by just looking here at the members. So the first column, which is 0, is going to be added to by just using listview1.items.add. And then the next columns, the column 2, 3, and 4, are going to be added to using subitems.add. So basically this is added to using .items.add, and these are all sub-items and added to using subitems.add. So we're just going to do that, subitems.add, text box 3.text, and subitems.add, text box 4.text. So yeah, once you have items.add, the sub items, it'll do them in order. So the first sub item you add will do the next column, the second sub item will be the third column, the third sub item will be the fourth column, and it'll go on and on like that. So you can see we've pretty much done all we need to do there. That's pretty much all the code that we need to add these text boxes to these sub items, to these columns. Sorry, getting really confused with all these words. But anyway, I'm going to build this and show you that this works. So we can just type in here, bunch of random stuff, and you can see ads. So we can do column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, press add, and you can see it adds those there. So well, yeah, that's about all that I have to cover in this tutorial. Next video, I'm going to show you how to remove items, and I'm also going to show you how to edit items and identify the selected item so that we can actually do those things. And yeah, it's just going to be a big series showing you everything you need to know. So that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed it, you can leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.